Well, we came out and practiced last night. You know, obviously the loss to Houston was a tough loss for us. You know, you can't take anything away from Houston because they did a good job. They executed. They did what they wanted to do. But we had our opportunities, and you know, we turned the ball over on offense, which really hurt us. Defensively, we couldn't get them stopped in the fourth quarter when we came back and took the lead a couple times, and that generally doesn't happen to our defense. We couldn't get off the field on third down, and we missed too many tackles. So, but the one thing I can tell you is our players came out last night, and it's the quickest turnaround ever. Had a good attitude, practiced hard. We practiced it hard again tonight. Tomorrow will be a normal Thursday for us, so we get to cut down a little bit. But, you know, the guys came back and worked extremely hard to get ready for this game. So, you know, we've put it all behind us, and we're looking forward and moving in the right direction, I think. So, yeah, you know, I think I know who the quarterback is, but we told them that they would get their reps in practice. We would grade the reps, and I haven't had a chance to talk to the quarterbacks yet, so obviously I'm not going to tell anyone else before I talk to the quarterbacks and tell them. But, you know, the other day we came out of the Auburn game, we really felt like Lamar gave us the best opportunity. They did a nice job on defense, on securing the edges and forcing them to throw the ball. And as we got into the fourth quarter, I felt like Kyle gave us the best chance to operate the offense that could get us back in the game. And he came in and did a nice job with it, you know, just like he did against Kentucky. And, you know, he hits hands and he executed what we were asking him to do in that part of the game. So, and I think he's had a good week of practice, and as have the other one, you know. So we just got to grade the video tonight and then meet with the quarterbacks tomorrow.
As you watch that game again, what hit you about what you did, good and bad?
Yeah, you know, we have a bunch of young guys make good plays. You know, I was really happy with Mickey Crum and the production we got out of him, his ability to catch and run. Jalen and Travion Samuel did a good job. We're not being able to run the ball the way we need to. You know, we had a couple series in there where we were able to get the run game going a little bit, and Kyle helped us with that because he could operate it and, you know, work from under the center and do the things that we could take advantage of what they were doing. You know, defensively, the biggest thing I was upset with was the way we tackled and our inability to keep a running quarterback in the pocket, you know, being disciplined in our pass rush lanes and keeping him in the pocket when we knew that's what he was going to do. So, you know, we got a lot of work to do. We're playing a real good team in Clemson. Their defense doesn't look like they missed a beat. They're physical. Their front seven is very, very good. Their linebackers come downhill and tackle well. Their corners like to play press man, so that, you know, will challenge us there. But I think we're looking forward to that. And then we got a quarterback that's completed 70% of his passes, up to date, and can run. So it's a good challenge for us. But I think our kids are looking forward to it, and I know our coaches are.
What kind of a challenge is Watson?
Well, he's real experienced, so he operates their offense very well. He throws the deep ball extremely well, as he did last year when they made the switch and brought him in a year ago. You know, he completed deep ball after deep ball, and then he has the ability to run. Now, they haven't asked him to run as much yet in the season, but we know that he has that ability.
What's different about one of these nationally televised night games here, about the atmosphere here for this thing?
Well, you know, this is a big game for us, you know, and obviously we're playing a very good football team. I think the atmosphere will be great. You get excited for that. You got to be able to stay focused. Hopefully the two games that we've played and the competition that we played will help us, and we'll see improvement from last Saturday to this Thursday.
How do you emphasize tackling in a short week?
Well, we work on it, you know. We work hard on it. We work on the technique. We work on the drills. We work on where our eyes need to be. We have a tackle circuit that we always go back to. And, you know, it usually comes that you need to keep your eyes where they belong and utilize the technique that we work on in practice. You know, we got a little bit away from our technique, and it was something that we had been doing very well.
Bobby, you said, I mean, just for the record, I guess, is it Kyle or Lamar, one of those two?
I told all the quarterbacks that they would get their reps in practice, and then I'll grade the reps in practice along with the offensive staff. I haven't watched practice from today, haven't met with our offensive staff, and haven't met with the quarterback, so I don't feel comfortable of saying anything right now on who that would be until I speak with the coaches and the players first.
Would you expect that could be a situation like Auburn where it's just the guy that runs out is the first time everybody will know, or in Clemson will know?
Yeah, we got to watch the video, see where we're at.
What about the offensive line from week 1 to week 2? How did you see anything that you liked?
We made some improvements. Yeah, we made some improvements. They played hard, and they did a nice job in their communication. We knew we were going against a defense that's a little bit wild and does some things different. They did them very well. They blitzed a bunch from different places, and our communication and pickup in the passing game was pretty good. We didn't get as much push and finish in the run game as we would like. So we got to continue to work hard on that.
Back to tackling real quick. Do you emphasize more of the teaching, or do you make it a little bit more physical this week?
Well, on a short week, it's more of the teaching and more of the technique work. And, we couldn't go out there and have, I don't know how many hours it was, but it wasn't very long from when we finished the game to last night, put on full pads and tackle. That doesn't do you any good. So we just work on the drills and the technique and, run, gather, run, and the different things that we do. So.
What do you hope Lamar learned from the Houston game?
I think the number one thing he needs to learn is that this is college football, and they have really good players too, and you can't try to do too much. You got to operate the offense, do what the progression tells you to do. When I'm presented with the opportunity to run and use the gifts that God gave me, I need to do that instead of try to cast the ball down the middle late. So he needs to learn that. And I think it's just a case where, he's in high school he was able to use his abilities, and now he's playing against guys that were the best players on their team also.
What needs to happen for that run game?
The fumbles on the handoffs, is it, when you break down the film, is the quarterback, the running back, who's more at fault on it?
Yeah, we always put everything on the quarterback. It's his job to put the ball in their stomach and utilize his technique, and that's not always true because sometimes the running back doesn't get his elbow up and doesn't hit the right path. But then what the quarterback should do if he's not there is he should run the play for him. So that's the rule that you have, is if the running back's not on the path or he's not where he's supposed to be and you can't make the handoff, then you run the play for him. And it's something that shows up every year. We've had our quarterbacks do it every year. And I think that's where some of the inexperience comes in. Sorry,
What needs to happen?
Kent was jumping in.
What needs to happen to get that run game going?
Yeah, we just need to be more physical and utilize our technique and finish. I think that's the biggest thing, is being able to finish and get our hands in the proper position, drive our feet, and we got a good challenge this week. And this will be the best front four against the run that we've played. They're very good technicians, and they really do a good job with their scheme. Their linebackers play tight and run through gaps, so we're going to be very challenged, and we're going to have to run the ball to win the game.
Bobby, could you characterize the mood of the players that's in the staff right now?
Yeah, Sunday was real quiet. They came in, ate dinner, there wasn't a whole lot being said. Walk in the team meeting room, there's not a whole lot being said. So, you feel bad. That's always a tough thing in the game of football. I always envy basketball and baseball when they get to go out and play the next night and get it all behind you. But I thought they did a real nice job of understanding that we need to put it behind us, come out Sunday night in a short period of time, have a good attitude, and work hard, and earn the right to win on the practice field. And we've had 2 good practices, so I am excited about that.
Can that be a help that you got this short week and a big game coming up that quick?
Yeah, I hope so. That's a good question. It's hard to say. Yeah, a short week really helps. But we've had the ability to play well in short weeks. I look back when we played. I think. I might have the days wrong, but I think we played like Memphis on a Friday night and TCU on a Wednesday night. and we have experience dealing with the schedule. And my philosophy is get them to the game with fresh legs and a fresh mind, and we'll have an opportunity to win the game. So we're kind of dealing with those schedules that we used before. When I was here before, we played every night of the week but Tuesday, I think it was. Every other night of the week we've played in. So we're used to dealing with it and putting a good schedule in front of it. I think our kids got rested up, and that's why we practiced at night the last 2 days, and get a little extra meeting time and not try to do a whole bunch of new stuff. So that's kind of how it works.
How important is leadership? Because you were talking about the attitude with such a young team. Some of the other guys, those young guys are not used to losing.
Yeah, I think that's one of the key things is leadership from within the team, and that's one of the things I try to make sure the players understand is they've got to take over the leadership. They've got to do their responsibility and their obligation to their teammate. But, it's the only time this team's going to be together. And the seniors and the juniors that have been around, they've got to see if they want to make it a special season or not.
Last question for Coach.
What's the meeting status of the receivers that are hurt, Quick, Staples, those guys?
They're not available.
They won't play this week.
They're not available, right?
All right.
Thank you.